Now, I don't want to review the Super Scope 6 light gun, but rather the game that came with it, Super Scope 6. I received the Super Scope 6 on Christmas of 1993. Looking back, it was basically just a simple light gun game that came with 6 minigames. The 6 games were divided into 2 sections. You have Blasterus, which had 2 variants of Tetris, and a whack-a-mole game called Mole Patrol. The 2 Tetris variants were called Blasterus A and Blasterus B. A is just a horizontal version of Tetris, and instead of flipping the blocks around, you just blast them into chunks so they can fit in a horizontal line. B is a little more bizarre, but still simple. Instead of being like Tetris, it's more like color matching. You have these wiggling blocks that look like they have monsters trapped in them, and you have to match them with any of the blocks that are falling down. This can be done in any position, whether it's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Next, we have Mole Patrol. You just shoot X amount of moles in the allotted time before time runs out. And whatever you do, don't shoot the pink moles. They'll just make your timer run faster. Now, if it sounds like I'm just speeding through this review, that's only because I have very little to say about Blasterus. Blasterus was mostly just puzzle games that didn't really excite my imagination like Laser Blazer. Now, Laser Blazer is action-packed. You're not playing a puzzle game here, you're going to war. You got beautiful anime ladies giving you support, though I think that's what they were doing. Though I'm sure they were just there to look pretty. Now, the 3 games for Laser Blazer are Intercept, Engage, and Confront. Intercept is when you shoot down missiles before they reach the target, hence the name. To me, Intercept was the hardest of the 3 games. Shooting down the missiles that were at a really long distance were hard, because they were moving. You just gotta position the shot so you would hit it. And 7 out of 10 times I end up missing, because I just couldn't position the shot just right, or it just came in too late to make the shot, and it just passes by the screen. And you have to shoot all but 5 of them down, or else it's game over. Yeah, you can see playing that for me as a 6-year-old kid was a nightmare. Engage is when you fight enemies that actually fight back, although they fight back from a distance by shooting missiles at you. You're moving at a high speed while blasting away at enemy jets that don't fight back when you have them in visual range. But one thing bothers me when I was putting this review together. Am I taking down these jets from the front or from behind? Now shooting down the missiles is a trip, especially if you're playing at a higher level. The higher you are, the more faster and frequent the missiles arrive. There are times they come at me so fast they scare the hell out of me. Confront was a game I played the most growing up. I found this game visually appealing, aside from the beauties in the menu screen, of course. You're on 3 alien planets with multiple moons, intriguing landscapes, and even the colors of the sky transition. The first world is a desert. The same thing can be said about the second world, but that one has Easter Island stone heads. The third world is an all-around garden, but this ain't no Garden of Eden with these robots coming at you this hard. In this game, the enemies come at you head-on and from any direction. When they come up front, that's when they shoot. And the sound they make when they shoot, oh boy, it's like music to my ears. Speaking of music, the only song that plays in Confront is one of my favorite tracks on the SNES. The robots have interesting shapes, some appearing like crabs, cats, and even elephants. Well, that's what they look like to me at least. This game makes me feel like I'm in another world. It's a pity there's no story behind it. It would have drew me into the visuals more. Though the Super Scope wasn't much of a success for its time, but this was a very good starter pack for anybody who bought this peripheral. So I recommend everybody out there to buy it or download it. Just give it a try. You'll like it. And that's it for this review. See you next week.